Dawn of Entertainment. We have a very special guest today. Spoiler alert, if any of our followers, for some reason, are living under a rock and haven't caught up with Sequester, we have the OG stud, Cam Olson.
Word.
He's here. Thank you for coming on. How are you doing?
Well, first of all, love that introduction. I'm doing good. Thanks, Trey.
So obviously we have to get into Sequester, and then we have to talk about our almost encounter. I have to talk about that.
Am I frozen?
Oh, I got you now.
Okay.
You good now? Sorry.
Yeah. Hopefully let me turn my Wi-Fi off my phone.
Oh, no worries. You're good. Yeah. So I just said we have to talk about Sequester, and then we have to talk about our kind of almost encounter. I think that'd be hilarious.
Yes, we definitely need to talk about that.
For sure. All right, but let's start with Sequester. Obviously, first tell me your Sequester story. So, have you kind of been a fan throughout? Like, did you watch season 1, 2? Did Audrey reach out to you? Were you actively applying? How did it come about?
So she found my Survivor video online because I'm a huge Survivor fan, and she reached out to me, and I went through the whole casting process and everything. And towards the end of it, she's like, yeah, do you want to play? And I'm like, absolutely, I want to play. So yeah, basically I watched all of season 2. She told me, you don't need to watch season 1. And I was like, okay. And now I really wish I would have, because there's 2 things that I would have benefited from watching season 1, which is the Kingdom round and the battle match that I lost in. So yeah, gotcha. I think she set me up. Just kidding.
I loved Kingdom. It was a great round. So I have to ask you a little bit about that more. But I have to ask. So Sequester is such a tight knit community, and like people tweet about stuff, and so I get the vibe from some people that you were perceived as the villain, but I don't know. I don't really see that. You were super entertaining, maybe cocky a little bit at some points, but like. Do you perceive yourself as the villain? Were you trying to do that, or what do you
think? And see, the funny thing is, like, I totally like to talk shit, right? So, like, I should have figured that I was going to be talking shit, but, like, I don't know. For some reason, I was like, oh, my God, this is the funniest thing, Trey. And I told Audrey this and a bunch of the people in the cast, too. Like, when I got home, I go to my brother. I was like, y'all, I'm going to have fans.
I love it.
And I had fans, all right.
Sure. So I saw some gifs and I was laughing with you. So I like that. Good stuff.
Oh my God. Yeah, so no, it's funny. I really didn't even know I was being a villain while I was being a villain. So I don't know what that says about me, but you know what? I'm cool with it. So
like I said, I don't know. I don't really see you as a villain. I just thought you were super entertaining. So if that helps any, there you go.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Those were awesome. I love them. They were great. So
yeah. Everybody's got to play a role, I guess, right? So no, but I'm definitely one cocky motherfucker, so I'll take it.
I like it. That's awesome. So you got to tell me what the hardest round was for your mind. Would you say it was Kingdom, or is there another one? Or okay.
Yeah, no, it was totally Kingdom. Mainly because it's so weird too, because when they were explaining the rules to us, I was like, okay, this sounds crazy. I hope I'm a queen. Like, and it's crazy because I was thinking that in my mind, like, I hope I'm up on top just because that's like what you want, right? But then I got there and I was like, holy shit, this is like the worst. I don't know what to do. And we only had like 10 minutes to decide.
Right. Oh. Hello.
Decide what we were gonna do.
Oh, sorry, you were frozen.
Did you lose me?
No, you're good. You're good. No worries. Yeah, no, that round was crazy. There's so much thought that goes into the background of it. I remember before the episode dropped, they put like the rules out so everyone would kind of.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool. Like there were so many different angles you could take. Like who really holds the powers of the queen? Like the queens, the go-betweens, and then the peasants. So it was super fun. But yeah, it was tough.
That was like the major downfall of my entire game too, because like that's when I was like, holy shit, yeah, I'm the coolest person in the house, I guess. And then like, you know, from there I was like, no one could bring me down, especially when I won the battle back. So
I feel you. I feel you. So I have to bring it up. I want to talk a little bit about your relationship with Erica in the house, and maybe if you want. So obviously you guys kind of started like homies, and then you kind of butt heads a little bit, and then it kind of became a little bit of enemies on the show. So talk about that a little bit. You know, she was the one to get you out. You talked about, I know you tweeted like game, respect game. Talk about that a little bit, and just your whole relationship there.
Yeah, for sure. So Erica really is such a sweet person, and you just got to like make decisions based on people so quickly. And I think she loves to talk. She'll say this a million times, and so like a lot of times, like I need as many friends as I can get. I'm down to do that. Let's be friends. And then as you saw in the finale, like she was with Hunter, and I knew from the get. Did I lose you?
No, you're kind of lagging a little bit, but we're hanging in there.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
No worries.
My Wi-Fi. It's called AT&T. Anyways, yeah, so just like the whole setup of me being in the middle of her and Hunter, like I know for a fact Audrey was over there like, yes, like this is exactly what I want, because Audrey literally cast me and Erica to go against each other. And I don't know who knows that, or if I'm even allowed to say that. I'm sure she wouldn't mind, but that sure as shit worked. So like, yeah, she did a great job with that. And we're cool now. Like we all were at the North Carolina meetup. We all went there for the finale episode, and we had a great time together. I would say, I hope she would say the same thing. But so everything's all cool now, and like, and especially after she eliminated me, I was like, because even like, so as I was going through this whole process, I remember one point specifically where I went to do confessionals, and I asked Audrey, and I was like, I didn't ask her, but I was like, if Erica really isn't lying to me, I'm going to look like such a bitch. Like, please tell me she's lying. And Audrey's just like, and I'm like, okay. So, but then after she got me eliminated and everything, I was like, and she told me like, no, I was never lying to you. I was like, all right, well, that sucks. And then we became friends from there. Like in the jury house, we were like, all right, she finally believed me that Hunter was like the one who was pretty much throwing her under the bus and stuff like that. So yeah, the whole dynamic was all a setup.
I like it.
I love it.
So this is just kind of a fun question, I think. If she made it to final 2, would you have voted for her?
Absolutely.
Okay. I
mean, it depends who she sat next to, but like, I'm very much one for like, okay, she got me out. I was going against her the whole time. Like, if she can withstand all of that, she absolutely deserves my vote, and that's who I want to give it to. So, yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, if it was like her against, you know, like, I don't know, Dustin or like one of my other alliance members, it would be hard to do. Tori, but yeah.
Okay. Cool. So tell me kind of are you still there? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. No, you're good. So tell me what jury was like a little bit. So we didn't really get to see that aspect on the show, or maybe we did. It was just a little bit. So like, what were conversations and interactions like in that? Was it strictly game? Did you guys mostly shoot the shit? What was that like?
Oh man, it was 100% game. All of it. We were just literally breaking down like every single thing. Cause like I got eliminated the day that we decided who won. So it was just all so fast. So like that whole day, I get in there with Kristen and Thomas and Ty, and we're just like breaking down every single little thing. I wonder who's going to come in next, you know? Then Erica comes in and like breaking down, okay, tell me everything that happened and da da da. So, I mean, at the whole time we were just going game game move by game move by game move, and it wasn't like a collective decision. We weren't like, oh, this person deserves like this person deserves it. It was just like everyone shooting their own opinions out. And I mean, I wasn't decided until I didn't want to vote for Hunter at all. Like, I did not want to. But once he kind of explained his like way of playing to where he didn't want to stand up for battle matches and just kind of, I mean, if I'm going to say it, sorry, Hunter, like a pansy type of way of playing, like me personally, I have to respect that because I didn't play that way. I was like, got me sitting on the jury. So like, I have to respect that, you know?
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. For sure. That was fun. And then, so where are we at here? So tell me your thoughts on like how everything turned out. So obviously the end result, you said it I think you said it like right before you kind of spoke your vote, whether to vote for a snake or a floater. Talk about that. Like, are you happy with kind of the final two and how it turned out, and what are your thoughts there?
Well, I mean, if we're turning back time to that day,
be there obviously, but yeah. Obviously you want to be final two if you could turn back time.
Oh God, yeah. Everyone's like, she's bitter. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm bitter. But no, I mean, that day I was very, very, very upset. Person after person coming into the jury house, I was like, God damn it, we are losing all the big players. Like, I'm not happy with who's going to win this season. But like, really and truly, the final two were the final two for a reason. And the final four was the final four for a reason. And you can't like dog on that. Now that I see it all happening, right? There's so many different reasons why each and every one of us were sitting there at the jury. So Hunter did what he did, and he won. Like, that's all people can, you know, you can say whatever the fuck you want. And that's the thing, people have all these and the fact of like, you know, I don't know, he won. Have some respect. So that's kind of how I feel.
Okay, I respect that. And it's kind of like I don't really watch I don't watch Survivor quite like you. I'm more of a Big Brother guy, but
okay.
It's just like I'm sure kind of the same goes. Like, the game that you guys are playing, it does take a little bit of lying, backstabbing. Now, that's just my take. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you? I guess what do you think about that? I mean, because you game respect game. Whether you want to say backstab, it might, you know, you can argue, but
yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like, and that's why I was so annoyed with Hunter during the game, because like I was very much like a woman of my word to my alliances. Like, I was not ever going to turn against them. And you know, granted, me and Erica, but that was planned, so it was a little bit different. But so yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I gotta respect his weaselness.
Exactly.
So it's not the game that I would have played, and like, I mean, maybe like I should have a little bit more. So there's a lot of stuff for me to reflect on in that aspect. Like, when I play any other type of reality, whether it's Survivor, whether it's Sequester, like, because I will play again something.
Okay.
I hope that ways.
So
manifesting.
I'm all about manifesting dreams. Yeah, so talk a little bit about, like, I already kind of brought up how Sequester is such a tightly knit community, and I'm in the little like chat on Facebook and everything, and I always saw your family repping with like the shirts, the mask, watch parties. I love seeing shit like that. That's awesome. Talk about like the community aspect and like how your family perceived it. Was that like cool to see? What do you think about that?
It was so much fun. I mean, that's the one thing, like, the experience that not only I was able to have, but my family was able to have. Like, my dad will, regardless of anything, it was just a blast. And like, now Audrey has grown, at least an Olson multitude of followers for this show. My cousin Christina is like one of the biggest fans. My brother Rye, I literally didn't tell him anything, and he like guessed a bunch of stuff, and I'm sitting there like, how the like he's like I can't believe Hunter won, and I'm like, whoa. Like, what the hell? So I don't know. It's just been a really fun experience for all of us.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I have to ask, like, if you could go back and do it all over again, would you do it a little bit differently? Would you, no regrets, stick to the same, or what?
Obviously, I would have to say that I did it different. I would want to do it differently because I lost. I didn't win. So there are definitely parts of my game that I want to tweak and things like that. But at the end of the day, and like, I don't care what people want to say, like, I ran that house, which I think was my downfall in the end, but I was fucking running the thing the whole time. So whatever.
Love it. You seem like it was funny because when we talked like beforehand, I don't know if you remember our conversation.
I do.
I talked to you a little bit about, because they gave us kind of little bios for all you guys. And I remember you being like a state basketball champ, right?
Yeah.
And I asked about how that would come into play. And it's funny seeing it all fruition. Like your competitiveness, it's awesome. I love it.
Thank you.
It's great.
I'm glad you appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So I also have to ask because this just kind of like blows my mind. I'm just intrigued by it. So what has Sequester been like after? What has life been like after Sequester? Like, I always see like on reality shows like Big Brother, Survivor, or whatever. Like after the fact, it just seems like it's one big party. So like, are you famous now? Like, you feeling the love? Like, do you just get to travel the world now? Like, tell me.
I'm super famous. I can't walk down the street. No, I'm kidding. No, I mean, what I think honestly one of the coolest things for me is that like Survivor people know who I am. Okay. But so like life after Sequester, I was kind of thinking while you were asking that question, I don't know if this is where you wanted me to go with it, but what is so interesting is that like I was so submerged into that world for a bit, and like my poor boyfriend, like he had to stick up or put up with me watching Brent roast me in every single podcast he had and all over Twitter, and me being like and so that was super interesting, and I was honestly so relieved to be out when I was out, and I could kind of like watch it from a different aspect. But so now that it's over, like I can look back on it with such like happy memories. While it was all happening, it was really, really a big growth moment for me because as you saw, like I was can you hear me? Am I coming back?
All right.
This is the worst. I'm sorry.
We can blame my Wi-Fi. It's all good. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is your Wi-Fi actually. No. Anyway, so I don't know what you caught of that.
About it was like a growth moment.
Yeah, because like I am a very confident person, and like when competition's involved, like I'm cocky as hell. But it really, like, a lot of that stuff hurt, like for sure, when it was like good happening, and I was like, shit, like I thought, like, okay. But there was like a moment where I was like, you know what? I really like myself, and I don't know, it was like a tough skin moment. And so I thought I had tough skin before, and now I'm like, all y'all can suck it that one because I don't really care. So so that's been a really cool and like kind of like prepping me for this whole type of lifestyle if I want to continue into it, whether that's like some more Sequester, Survivor, blah blah blah. Now I'm ready for it. So
awesome.
It's good.
And then if you had one thing to say to the online haters, because I feel like there might be some online haters, you have the go ahead. talk some shit if you want it. You got it.
I think I already said it. Y'all can suck a fat one.
I love it. I love it.
Mom, I'm sorry.
We'll try and delete that maybe if I can find it. No.
No, I want you to leave it.
That's funny. So you talked a little bit about Survivor. So is that like the end goal? I mean, is that you still want to be like on Survivor?
Oh my God.
Would you like to go and do Sequester again? Both? What are you thinking there?
There you are. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's been written down on my bucket list, like carved into stone, that I want to be on Survivor. I think even like my gameplay in Sequester was more like designed for a Survivor type game. I loved Sequester. It was a super, super, super mindfuck though. So I mean, I'm totally down to play again, but I really want Survivor, especially with this Winners at War. I'm like, oh my God, I want to be out there so bad.
I wish I watched Survivor so I could really like go back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But you're more than welcome to talk about it. So it's like an all-star thing, right? This season?
It's not all the winners, but the only people playing are the ones who've won.
Okay. So honestly, like I think, and I'm like a very like I used to watch it all the time, but I just haven't. I remember Boston Rob. Is he like doing work? Do you like?
Oh my God, watching him finesse this conversation the other day with, I don't know if whoever watches it and your listeners, but when he was talking to Ben, Cowboy Ben, and he literally just got like all this information out of this guy, like, and he's like just like word vomit. I was like, Rob, you are something else. And then him and Poverty are like working together, and I cannot wait. I hope that stays on track. Probably won't for too long.
Are those your two favorites?
I mean, yeah, they are. Cool. They are. It's funny because, do you know Poverty, or have you?
I don't know Poverty. I'm sorry. I remember Boston Rob, but
dang it.
Okay. Go ahead and talk about it. I don't know.
Well, the only thing I'll say is that I feel at least a bit that like I just see myself in her in different ways. So that's the one player I'm like, I feel like I'm like Poverty. So I'm rooting for her for show.
Gotcha. That's cool. Yeah. And then I saw you tweet, not to sound stalkerish or anything. Saw you tweet about The Circle on Netflix. I haven't yet, but tell me about that. Is it dope? Should I check it out? Did you hear me? Sorry. Can you hear me?
It's pretty cool. Yeah. Did I lose you? There you are.
You good? Okay.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. It was very interesting. I watched it. I binged it. But what I didn't like is that there was very little like gameplay. It was more just like kind of like, I don't know, I can't think of the term, but just like for the audience, like easy viewing, if you would say. I don't know what I'm looking for, but yeah, that's the only thing that I have a problem with.
Okay, cool. All right, and then now we have to talk about Austin and our interaction. Okay, so this blew my mind. So this was before. So we did our interview. The game was probably over at that point. Yeah. Obviously, you're back in Austin. And so it hadn't aired yet. And so I went to the Austin Film Fest, and I don't know if you listened to Jess's interview, but I drunkenly went back to my hotel, and I like the corner of my eye, I saw you walking. You were probably with your boyfriend. I think you were with a couple guys or something.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Cam. Like, I swear. And like, I was like in a drunken state, and so I like walked past you, and I was thinking like, should I say something? But then I didn't know if I'd be fanboying too hard, like, because it hadn't dropped yet. I didn't know if that would freak you out. I
would have loved for you to say something like literally. And I'm the worst too, because I was like, yeah, and then I'm like, okay, I'm drunk. Like, sorry, I can't.
Right. So I was down there. I hit you up, and then so it like weirded me out because I like RSVP'd for a bar, but like I got there and there was nothing to do with the RSVP, so I hit you up and I didn't want, because I knew you weren't going to come like alone, so I wanted to be like, there was an RSVP, but it ended up not mattering, so I felt bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. See, I think that's where I was like, okay, I don't know if I can go, like,
Right.
you know what I mean? So I was like,
no, I wouldn't have gone probably either. Like they RSVP'd and I was like, why the hell is there an RSVP? And so I wanted to say that just because I didn't want you to come and not be able to get in. So I totally understand it. But then the fact that I saw you, I just thought it was hilarious.
Oh my God, that is so funny. I wish you would have said something, because then I'd be like, guys, yeah, see, I'm famous.
Right. That's what it would have been hilarious. It would have been great. But I honestly, I think I'm gonna try and make it back in Austin for the Austin Film Fest this year. It'll be pretty close to Halloween, so we'll definitely.
Isn't Austin the best?
It was awesome.
Isn't it so much fun?
Yes, so much fun. Downtown was great. I think when I was there, is it Day of the Dead? It was around that time. I saw all the people with the painted faces and like I don't know, the like art. I don't know.
Dia de los Muertos.
That might have been it. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, sure.
Sure, that sounds right.
That's it. But no, definitely next time we definitely have to link up.
Yeah, for sure.
So when I do come, I gotta ask you, like, what are some of the things I gotta hit? Restaurants, attractions, bars. What's your go-to?
Well, the thing is, okay, so everyone wants to go to 6th Street. 6th Street is, they call it Dirty Six for a reason. So
close it off, right? I remember them closing it off during the weekend.
They do.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're gonna come around Halloween and you want to get absolutely crazy, then go there for sure. But the place I like to go is called West 6th. My favorite bar is Buford's. Like, best bar ever. There's like 3 different areas where they play totally different music at each area. So you have like, and then you got Pop-A-Shot, basketball game, you got skee ball, like there's everything there. So Buford's for sure. Okay. And then, but the thing is, you have to come like when it's kind of hot, because what is the best thing about Austin is the water. The water is the Greenbelt, Barton Springs.
And I think you suggested to me that when I first hit you up, maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
You did.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then, so do you ever dabble in the Austin Film Fest or like South by Southwest?
No.
Do you like those type of things, or?
I did South by, but not like Film Fest. Like, okay. I don't really know anything about it, actually.
Sure.
What was it?
So I'm a screenwriter, and it's more so the writers conference. Can you hear me?
Cool.
Can you hear me? So okay.
There you are.
Yeah. So the kind of main attraction were the Game of Thrones writers, and I found out one of them went to Iowa, and I didn't go to Iowa, but I'm from Iowa, so it was just kind of a cool connection. I got to talk with them and got my picture.
That's cool.
So I was super hyped. Never been to South.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I was really pumped. Never been to South by Southwest, but I'd like to go. I think I'm sure it's fun. So.
Yeah. ACL is really fun too. That's a music festival. So.
Gotcha. So is that country then? Is that what?
No. No. It's all types of genres. It's crazy. They turned Zilker Park into this whole, like, there's like 5 stages. It's a blast.
Awesome. Well, I honestly want to come again, so we should definitely link up, and we'll have to hit up some bars and stuff. So
definitely
turn up.
Promise I won't leave you on red this time.
No worries. It was my fault. I'll take this blame.
Okay, thank you. I don't need any more hate mail on Twitter. No, I'm just kidding.
All love. There's one more question I asked, but I'm forgetting now. Oh yeah, so you said that in our last interview, I think I remember you saying you like country. Is that?
I do. Yes.
Okay, cool.
But I had just kind of started dating my boyfriend, maybe like just a little bit, but now he's like turned me on to a whole bunch of new type of music, and I don't even know what genre you would say it is, but it's like,
is it like rock or
yeah, it's like kind of like hip hop, but like I don't even know. I'm gonna be in trouble for this, but it's fine.
For not knowing what this is?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's all right. I don't know, like funk, sort of.
Wow. I like funk.
I need a list of music genres.
That's awesome. That's funny.
I'm bad at music.
Like where they intertwine. Are you an Old Town Road gal? Did you hear me?
No.
So, I just said I'm a big hip hop guy, so I like where they kind of intertwine. And I think if I could pinpoint one of those things with country and hip hop, it'd be Old Town Road. So, do you like that song?
This is the worst.
Oh no! Did you not
hear you?
Oh, damn it! I said, do you like Old Town Road?
I mean, yeah.
Damn. I was just gonna say it's hard not to like it. It's hard not to like it.
Right, like maybe like the first 15 times I heard it, but now
I feel that. I definitely feel that.
Oh, after the 70, I don't want to go down.
Right. 100%.
Anyways.
Good stuff. Honestly, that's all I have for you. I genuinely appreciate you coming on, and it was fun. So thank you for hopping on the podcast.
Thank you for asking me, and I am so glad that we did this.
Hell yeah.